you've all heard this nasty word typecasting. Well, that still exists, but
Yeah.
I feel like the blinders have been taken off of producers and casting people. So the judge in that 1 hour procedural is not just some gray haired white dude anymore. We're seeing people of all body types, ethnicities, ages. And I think it's all been cracked open in on camera and voiceovers. When I'm casting or I'm auditioning for roles, the specs are now male, female, non binary, old, young, any ethnicity, accents welcome from any place in the world.
Yeah.
It's really just like we'll know when we hear it, or we
Yeah.
know when we'll see it in on camera. Who's to say the bouncer at the bar couldn't be a little person, or a
Yeah. A 2-year-old baby.
or
Yeah.
and whatever. There's just an open mindedness, which I think is absolutely great. And you don't have to be, of model great looks to be an actor. The old thing when you and I were coming up is somebody gorgeous would walk by, so you must be an actor.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. You
well,
should be an
those are like
actor.
those are two different things.
Yeah.
So acting is a craft, and your look is your look, and any look can go with an acting craft and get work. Whether it's for on camera, same goes with your voice. There's a lid for every. There's a pot for every lid.
Yeah.
So if you are a good actor and you have the industry push and drive and confidence that Will's been talking about, then there is work to be had. You have to chug, chug, chug uphill to get it, but there's work to be had for sure.
You know, it's such a difficult subject to talk about, the word success, especially in this day and age. And the reason being is because, that's subjective as well. I remember when I was like starting out in 1982 or something, and I said, I'm going to be on Broadway. It's all I wanted to do. I dance, sing, act. I was like, I just want to be. It's all I thought about. Donald O'Connor, Gene Kelly, singing, whatever. I was doing 5 classes a week, maybe 8 sometimes. But my point is that I was really focused on trying to do that. Then I realized that you really didn't make much money unless you were on Broadway, and even if you did, the point is that the idea of my success when I started was, yes, I see this level here, and I want to be that A-lister or Broadway star, whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that's changed at all for me, because I will be an A-lister. I am, and I will be, and I am. But the point is that in this day and age, it's a little different, because those little incremental climbs nowadays. You could have a YouTube channel, you could have a TikTok channel, you could be in a vertical. I think the idea of success has really changed in our industry, because most people are just trying to figure out where they fit and what they can give to the process of creating something where we didn't do before. We wouldn't, back in the day when we started, we weren't like going, I'm going to figure out how to create my own movie. I mean, we might have talked about it, but the difference is that it would be like, it's like, like script, pitch, blah blah, it's 10 years later. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with you. There are so many ways to create revenue streams now. In the old, when you're an actor back in the day, you were the very, 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 very end of a long flow chart. There was
Yeah.
all development and pre-production and production. Oh, let's cast this thing. So you'd come in and try to earn the job with an audition, and then you either did or didn't get the
Yeah.
job. But now you can be so much more proactive and creative to generate your own vertical or generate, being a content creator of sorts. So, depending on your level of industriousness and willing to take risks, you can actually do a lot, get things up on YouTube. Don't spend a lot of money and just throw some darts in the dark and see what hits. So, I do think it's actually an inspiring time. I know it seems like we're sort of swimming in the middle of the ocean in the dark,
Yeah.
but the reality is, um, if you have a story to tell or a new angle on a thing, or you just want to be seen, you can go out with your iPhone and go shoot stuff and make stuff. Everybody watching this right now has been brought up in this sort of TikTok generation, I would say. We've
Yeah.
all seen it. We've all seen these quote unquote influencers. I think we call them content creators now,
Yeah.
because I don't know how
Either
much they
way.
influence me, but they're doing very, very well. And they sort of turn the whole paradigm of being in show business upside down. But I need to address the word success that you spoke of, because success, your knee-jerk thought for most people is going to be, how much
Yeah.
money do I make? So for
Oh yeah.
old
Mm.
school guy like myself, I also have to put a lot of weight on creative success. So for me, I've done plays for, 11 cents, and they've brought me so much spiritual and inner joy, and they filled up the bank
Yes.
account of my soul, but
Yes.
not the one at Bank of America, strangely.
Yeah.
So for me, it's been, and I know for you too, it's been this constant balancing act, or in your
Well, we're
case, I would
gigging.
say a
We're
juggling act.
gigging.
You're gigging. So some feed your soul, some feed your wallet. And I feel like depending on who you are, that balance is for you. If you want to be a content creator and do unwrap videos, which take whatever skill set they
Mm.
need, then